Hi everyone, this is Anne from Windermere coming to you today with the latest market data of what's happening on the East Side real estate market. First of all, I want to start off by saying that I hope you are all staying healthy and I hope you are all doing well under the new normal and the difficult circumstances we're facing. It's certainly unprecedented times for sure. But please continue to look after yourself and be kind to others. I think that's super important at this time. Today I'm going to go into from a data side, what's been happening in the market, what we saw happening in February based on the statistics, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about what is happening today, which obviously we don't necessarily have the data for, but give you some anecdotal information of what is going on with COVID-19 and real estate. First of all, February, I mean, wow, what a month and what a year we've had so far. I said last month that it was like a flip was switched in January, and really we saw no change in February. If anything, we actually saw it get more competitive. 34% of the homes that closed in February were over their original list price. That is higher than we had last month and higher than we had last year. And the median premium that was paid over list price was around about 5%. 51% of homes that sold went at or above list price, and again that's higher than we saw last month and higher than we saw this time last year. The month supply of inventory is down to about 0.7 to 0.8 months supply, depending on exactly what area you're in. And the median price for a home on the east side has gone up, and we're now just under $1 million at $985,000. So some pretty high statistics there. It was a very strong competitive marketplace. That was February. A lot can change in a few weeks, as we have seen in the world. Thankfully, so far we've seen less change in the real estate market brought on by coronavirus than we have in our day-to-day lives, which is a positive that I am holding on to. But we've certainly seen that things can change overnight. We are seeing some sellers who have decided to sit and hold or even take their home off the market. We saw that before the stay-at-home orders were put in place. Actually, with the stay-at-home orders in place, we're obviously seeing a few homes come off the market, but we are still seeing a lot of homes listing every day, and we're seeing homes going under contract every day. One of the benefits that sellers are seeing is, yes, whilst people aren't coming in to look at my home at the moment, they are sitting at home on their computers, they're spending more time online, and therefore potentially their home is getting more exposure. So that once those stay-at-home orders are lifted, then I think in the hope that people will come and see the homes, and we will see those homes go under contract very quickly. And we're seeing the same for buyers. Some were getting a little bit more cautious. Some are seeing this as a great opportunity to get under contract without having to compete, perhaps so aggressively as they would have done just a few weeks ago. So really it brings to mind two sayings. Jobs drive real estate sales and lives drive real estate sales. And current employment situation aside, which I sincerely hope is short term, and I feel very deeply for those that have suddenly had their income streams ground to a halt, and I'm personally doing my best to support those that were in the restaurant business where I can. Gives me an excuse to get takeout a couple of times a week, which I'm quite enjoying. But we are fortunate that we live in a part of the world where corporate employment is very strong. We have very big tech companies who are hiring. We've got the Bellevue commercial build out, which is just going to bring a huge number of jobs to that area. And the other one, lives drive real estate. So babies will still be born, marriages will still happen eventually. People will undoubtedly, as they spend more time in their house, there's going to be some who will realise that there are things about their house that just aren't going to work for them anymore. So we are confident that real estate market is going to continue. Exactly in what shape or form, we don't know. My prediction is that I think once we're off stay-at-home orders, then we are going to see a flood of homes go under contract, and we're going to see a flood of homes come on the market. Now, I use the term flood. It's relative. We're still going to have relatively low levels of inventory, and we're going to face a competitive market for sure for buyers. The lending situation might make it a little bit more difficult for some buyers, but I'm not going to cover off that now. I'm going to do a separate video on that because I think it deserves it, and it's not something that we can cover off in just a few talking points. So sellers are selling for a reason, and as long as buyers are continuing to buy, then we will see sellers putting homes on their markets. If buyer activity does slow down, then there will be a likely correlating number of dropping listings as well, and the number of homes selling will therefore decline with it. The predictions are that prices are going to hold, because generally we have a very strong economy, and we started off with a very strong economy, but there's also the downward pressure from interest rates, which is keeping those prices high as well. So all in all, we've got a very strong market from a data perspective. We've perhaps got a little bit of cooling off that's going to happen for a few weeks just as we're at stay-at-home orders. But my gut tells me that once that is lifted and we are resuming normal activities, that whatever that may be, it may still be no school, but I think as soon as businesses are able to open and people are able to go back to work to a higher degree than they are now, then we are going to see that real estate frenzy continue. It is going to remain a strong seller's marketplace. Hope this is helpful. As ever, any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Happy to share my thoughts in more detail about what's happening in the market. It's changing on a daily basis, so what you hear today might not be the same tomorrow. If you're thinking of selling and are concerned, if you're thinking of buying and you have concerns or want to talk it through, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. But above all, please, please, please stay healthy. Do what you can to flatten the curve, and we will get through this, and we will get through this together. All right, take care. Bye.